Hi guys, and welcome to Petrolheads London. And if you haven't watched any of my videos before, I'm Tom and this is my 3 litre V6 Jaguar. Now the positive title of this video is, why did I buy a 3 litre V6 Jaguar? However, I suppose the negative version is, why didn't I buy a 5 litre V8? Let's have a look.
We bop and pretty hot, I'm as happy as I can be. Whoa, boom, boom, and it's pretty zoom. Love is sweet, love is grand, works one. We bop and pretty hot, I'll never be a millionaire. Whoa, boom, boom, and it's pretty zoom. I'm in love, I don't care.
So this is my 3 litre V6 Jaguar, and I suppose the first reason why I bought this car was because this was the original design. So this car originally was designed as a convertible. The coupe came later, a couple of years later. This is a 3 litre V6S. This is the 380 brake horsepower, although actually looking at some of the numbers, some seem to quote it at 375. As I said, 3 litre V6S with automatic box. Now, why did I buy this? True to the fact that this was the first version and this is how the car was designed, is why I bought the convertible and also the 3 litre V6. To me, I fell in lust with this car the first time I saw it, and so I didn't rush out and get it straight away. I bought this used, so it was a couple of years old when I bought it, and I've now had it for 2 years. I tend to hold my cars around 2 to 3 years, so we'll see what the future may hold. But I do love this car. I think it lacks a bit of the animal kind of instinct of the 5 litre, but let's talk a little bit about that. So why not the 5 litre V8? Now, if you've looked at some of my earlier videos, when I bought this car, there were only several flavours of this vehicle. There was the standard 3 litre V6, there was the V6S, which we have here, and then there was also the 5 litre V8 and the R variant of that. Now, to me, I had just come from a C63 naturally aspirated 6.3 V8. And frankly, I was getting 9 miles per gallon when I'm driving around London. I'm called Petrolheads London. I drive this around London all of the time. Fuel efficiency wasn't the key, but for me, this in theory gets 31 miles per gallon combined, and I think the 5 litre V8 is somewhere far south of that. If I'm honest, now I've driven both of them, yes, this has got a 31 miles per gallon MPG or combined MPG. However, I think the 5 litre V8 actually has more raw power, obviously, but just the sense and feel of it. So if you go back and look at that video, I did love that car when I test drove it. And I think the one reason also to buy the 3 litre V6 is that this is my daily, and this is an everyday car. It is just so usable around town with that automatic box, stop start, debatable whether you want that on or off. It sounds beautiful, it drives superbly, it's a very easy drive around town. Whereas the 5 litre is more of a muscle car, and if I'm honest, if you've got that as your second car, then I would probably go for the 5 litre V8. They have, however, now brought out several variants of this car. Recently there was the Sport 400, which was a particular variant of this car where they upgraded it to 400 brake horsepower, came with a few extra body kit kind of polishings, and also it came with some sort of interior upgrades. So one of my bugbears about this car is they decided to follow the Porsche model of, or the BMW model of, add-ons and extras. And to me, that's kind of a bit of a shame, because actually a lot of things that you would expect as standard in many cars in this category, or this kind of level of like prestige sports car, just don't come. I had to spend a long time finding a version, for example, with heated seats. Excuse me for squinting, but it's a beautiful sunny day in London. We don't get a lot of those, although we're doing quite well at the moment. So, where do we conclude on this? Well, my conclusion is, well, the question I suppose first is, why did I buy a 3 litre V6? So the main reasons being, one, because it was true to the fact that this was the first and the original design of the vehicle of how it was intended. The second was really its usability. So I was like driving every day up and down motorways, doing quite a lot of town driving as well when I first bought this car. And so therefore that lower MPG compared to the 5 litre V8 to me was actually really critical. If I were to do it again, what would I buy? I think I might buy the 5 litre V8. To me, that just has that slightly different element of fun with that bigger, punchier engine. And if you actually look at the full review that James did on his channel on JM, I'll put a link below, I actually think he gave a really good explanation as to why this feels maybe not as quick as you would like it to be. I hope you like this little insight I've given you into why I chose this car. I think it's a beautiful car overall. I still think it drives really well. I'm just trying to be objective about it. Please ask questions below. Remember to like and subscribe for loads more videos to come. Thanks very much. Cheers.